Give thanks to Allah for the moon and the stars. Praise Him all day for what is and what was. This is the hold of your iman. Here I stand. I'm the light of the world, of your grand. Allah's love I can feel, and I know.
This is the most amazing thing that has ever happened to me in my life.
You always hear 2 million Muslims in one place, but you get there and it's just like a sea of people all doing the same.
It's really hard to describe, you know. It's just amazing.
At first it was total shock, and the people at work, I started telling everyone at my work, I'm going on Hajj, I'm going to Saudi Arabia, and they said I looked like I was floating on air because I was so happy.
It was over the weekend. On Monday he called. It was actually exactly a month before we were supposed to leave, and they said, you're going, get ready.
Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu, he heard the man praise another person. So Umar bin Khattab, he said, did you travel with him? He said no. He said, did you do any business with him? He said no. He said, then how do you know? How can you praise him then? So in travel, you know the real. Because this trip has made me become one with everybody's heart. It's just this amazing feel. You can't explain it in words.
Glory be to Allah. All praise to Allah. There is no God but Allah.
It's a safe place. I mean, you walk around here 2 o'clock in the morning, you're not looking behind your back, you know, it's a totally different feeling.
I met one Sudanese sister. She was maybe in her 70s, and she knew a couple words of English, and I know a couple words of Arabic. So mainly we spoke in broken sentences and a lot of hand language. But I came to find out that she had 3 children, and 2 of them have died. And we shared in that. And we sat and we cried together, even though we couldn't really communicate that well. Our hearts were together. And then after that, we shared in the worship of our Creator together. And we have a common prayer and a common language in that worship. And I just think that, you know, Katakanlah, like, Allah is so wise. God is so wise.
It's been beautiful. Met people from all over the world. Have some very good brothers from America that I would have had the chance to meet if this not happened. It's been great. You know, you read about these things in books and you see the pictures and everything like that, but absolutely nothing compares to the experience when you're there.
And it's helped me to respect all people more, all human beings, and that God's message is universal and it should go to everybody.
It really impacts you, and it helps you to appreciate more what you're doing, and it helps you to want to give more to those people who have less than you do.
Glory be to Allah. All praise to Allah. There is no God but Allah.
Time seems like it has no bearing here. Sometimes I don't even realize that I'm awake for, almost 2 days straight.
Times I met people who said to me, you're from America, and they had a big smile on their face. They ended up sharing whatever food they had with me, whatever drink they had with me. They didn't hate me because I'm American.
It's definitely not a normal experience. I mean, it's not like anything I've ever experienced before.
So another thing I really liked is, this was the one thing that told me it was true, was after I had started believing the things I was reading, believing what Islam taught, I prayed, and it wasn't in like the ritual prayer. I prayed, and I actually felt like there was a God. I actually felt like I was connected to something, like God was listening to me. And in Christianity, I was taught, you have to pray all the time. You pray to Jesus, you pray to God, and you're supposed to feel this connection. And I never felt that connection. I never felt like anyone was there. I never felt like, Jesus was there. Apparently like everyone was supposed to, and like everyone else was feeling. So I thought like I was the only one. I was incapable of feeling that, or I was being rejected or something. And so, after feeling that, it was sort of like there's no way that it could be wrong. There's no way that I couldn't, after that I had to convert. But I was always hesitant of doing so because I thought I would be bad at it. I thought I wouldn't know what I was doing. Sometimes I still don't know what I'm doing. But I thought that I wouldn't be able to do it. And so I wanted to wait until I thought I could be a good Muslim before converting. But one night I couldn't sleep, and I did end up saying Shahada to myself. I know I have to do it like in a congregation in front of witnesses or whatever. But to me that's more of like a ritual almost. So that night that I said Shahada alone was sort of, to me, my official, personally to me, that was my official conversion. And that's when I first started considering myself Muslim, when I first started practicing. So, actually, this past Thursday, was, marked 3 months since I had converted. So, it's, looking back on it, it was like, obviously, I think it's the best decision that I've ever made. I'm very happy with it. I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's been that long. But another problem is with my parents. My parents, like I said, my grandparents, I live with my grandparents now. And like I said, strict evangelical Christians. And I know telling them would upset them. And I don't really want to deal with that right now. I want to, and I've gotten advice from other Muslims I've talked to, and their advice is to wait until after I turn 18 or wait a little while longer, so that way they can see that, I haven't changed for the worse since I converted. They have more time to look back on, and once I turn 18, maybe they won't think of me as being such a child, so they won't think of it as an irrational decision, so that hopefully they'll see that I actually thought about it, and I thought it through, and I know what I'm doing. An interesting thing that happened about a month ago, I don't even know how we got into the conversation, but I was talking with my grandmother, about Islam and what they believe, and she was under the impression that Muslims worshipped Muhammad and didn't believe in God really, and didn't believe in Jesus at all. So I corrected her on those things. I almost slipped up and said we instead of, they. We as in Muslims. Couldn't really say that around her. So I talked to her about it, and she surprised me by asking, she asked me, so are you thinking about converting? And I panicked, and I said no because, well, that wasn't a lie because I had already converted. And I said no, but I asked her what she would do if I did, and I asked her if she would kick me out of the house because that's, up until then, that's what I thought they would do. And she said, no, I wouldn't kick you out of the house, but you would break my heart. So that's definitely something I want to wait on. So when I say, like, I can't wear a hijab, I can't be open about certain things, that's why. It's because of my parents. But I met a lot of good friends in the Muslim community here, and they're all willing to help, to do whatever they can. One of my girlfriends said that she would like to be there, she would be there if I wanted her to come with me to tell my parents or whatever, and she would be there for me. So most of my friends know about my conversion. In fact, all of my friends know about my conversion, and all seem to be fine with it. Some are kind of weirded out by it, some are kind of surprised. My best friend has told me, she wants to learn along with me. She wants to know all there is to know because, that's my religion, and she wants to know more about it. So that was nice. I appreciated that. That meant a lot to me. So I think that's about it. That's the story of my conversion, or reversion, whatever you want to say. Can't really think of anything else to go along with that story, but I'm happy, best decision I've ever made, and